Hello and welcome to my very first YouTube fitness video. I'm creating this YouTube channel in hopes of sharing my information that I've gained throughout the years on fitness, in particular weightlifting, and the diet and exercise that go along with that. I got serious about it a couple years ago, and now I'm getting really serious about the hardest part of this, and that's my diet. So I want to capture some of that as well, but I mainly want to provide information on some proper techniques and form and lifting weights, and just create an open dialogue and an experience that I can share on my journey to better my fitness physique. Okay, so getting started here, I decided to, after taking about a mile and a quarter warm-up run, to go ahead and start warming up with bench press, just using the barbell itself, 45 pounds, in order to get a good stretch of the shoulders and the chest. Uh, I think warming up is very important. It's something that's underrated. I never used to do. That's why I went for the jog first, to make sure my whole body was warmed up. And so I decided to go ahead and sit down and do 8 reps, just the bar, making sure that my setup was good, balance was good, and that I made sure to warm up my shoulders properly. Okay, after warming up with the bench press there with the barbell, this was my chest and bicep day. I decided to do, I don't know the technical name for it, but you sit against a inclined bench with your chest against the bench itself, leaning forward, and you actually curl, whether you use a straight bar, easy curl bar, or dumbbells, whatever feels comfortable. It's just an isolated curl that keeps you from being able to really cheat the weight at this angle, and I really like it. So I use this as my first bicep warm up, and I used the easy curl bar that weighed 12 and a half pounds, and I had two 25-pound plates on either side of it. Okay, so here we go. This is my second warm up set, really. That's the first. I'm not going to count the bar. I've added 45-pound plates to each side of the bar for a total of 135 pounds. And what I like to do here is to make sure that I'm setting up correctly, that I'm keeping my shoulders down and back, that my back is arched, my butt is in place, and my toes are on the ground. What I like to do is pause these at the bottom. Doesn't matter the weight, whatever weight you start with to warm up. Just making sure you're stretching out your chest and warming your shoulders up completely. No reason to jump into big weights and get hurt, and that's what I'm trying to prevent here, hopefully, every time I do this before I put the big boy or big girl weights on, whichever way you look at it. Just ensuring a good warm up. Okay, here we have me adding a 35 and a 10 to each side of the barbell to make it a total of 225 pounds. I currently don't have four 45, so I have to use a 35 and 10, which is no big deal, but here soon, hopefully I can get some more weights. So before I did my first working set of 225 pounds, and the plan was to do 5 sets, I decided to further warm up my biceps. I like to mix them in between. I usually rest for 2.5 minutes between sets on bench press anyway, so I hate being idle for that long. So I grabbed these 20s and decided to do some seated isolated curls, just making sure I'm getting a good stretch. Again, just trying to make sure that my biceps are warmed up before I grab some heavier dumbbells or heavier barbell. You'll notice a lot in this first video. I recorded sound initially, but this is in my garage, keep in mind, so I couldn't talk that loud. Didn't want the neighbors to think I was crazy. So I've decided to voice over on most of this, and we'll go from there. All right, so finished that warm-up set with the 20-pound dumbbells, jumped right into my first working set of bench press at 225 pounds, and I'm telling myself in the background to make sure my shoulders are down and back, that my back is arched, butt is down, taking some deep breaths, getting ready to do my first set, really focus on lifting with my chest, keeping my breathing right, and getting 6 solid reps, and they didn't turn out too bad, a little shaky to start, but still warming up. This felt pretty good. I feel like I was bouncing them. Okay, here I am with the second set of 225 pounds, and nothing really new to explain here other than the fact that these six felt a lot easier than the first six for me. I've noticed as I've gotten older, it takes me a little bit longer to get warmed up and to full strength, and I'm sure the pre-workout drink that I was sipping on had something to do with that. A little caffeine burst, B12, but the set looked and felt pretty good. Okay, so for the third set, I've added 2.5s to each side to up the total to 230 pounds for the third set. I've also taken my shirt off. We are in San Antonio now. This isn't a garage. It was about 95, 96 degrees outside, so hard thing for me to do, taking the shirt off. I want to track my progress, but I'm pretty self-conscious when it comes to that. So the third set at 230 pounds went fairly well. Turned around and jumped right into my first working set of standing easy bar curls. Again, 12.5 pound bar, 25 pound plates on each side. So not a whole lot of weight, but enough. I promise you, after 8 to 12 reps, you'll feel it. So went ahead and banged out. I think there was 12 reps here, and then got prepared to hit my next set of bench press. Okay, so for the fourth set, I'm showing the camera here that I'm adding 5 pounds to each side to up the total to 235 pounds on the barbell for my fourth set. Hopped up, got a good setup. I'm still feeling pretty good. Banged out these 6 reps, and just going forward, hopefully if anyone even likes these videos or if anyone even watches them, they will give me some feedback, and I can do a little more explaining on bench press or not. I can do a little more explaining on some of the other exercises. Again, I'm no professional, but for someone who, like myself, at one point was looking for information on YouTube and on the internet, sometimes these videos are helpful. Here is my second set of easy bar curls, and here I'm really trying to focus on keeping my elbows from flaring. My biceps are my weak spot in my body, I believe. Keeping a medium grip, I'm not going really narrow or wide, and focusing on almost flexing at the top with the biceps instead of using my shoulders, my upper body. I'm trying not to sway, trying to remember all of that while accomplishing a good lift. I decided to move on to some isolated one arm bicep curls using some 40-pound dumbbells, and went with the side angle here to get a little different view of my arms, which are lacking to say the least. And boy, this angle really highlights how badly I need to get a suntan. I'm going to blame Ohio for the lack of the suntan. Hopefully here in San Antonio, Texas, I can regain that tan that I once had. And not a farmer's tan either. I would like a full body tan. Anyways, moving on. These isolated curls, especially using the 40-pound dumbbells, really important not to swing and sway. I was trying my best there. Again, my biceps are my weak point, so I really try to focus on them every other day, basically, with giving them very little rest time. Here I jumped into the straight bar, or Arnie curls, as some people call them, just using a barbell. I've got a 10 on each side for 65 pounds, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you hit it back to back like this, it really lets you know that you're working those biceps. Here at the end, I'm pretty fatigued, and they look decent. Okay, so unfortunately, while filming there, the battery died, and I did not realize it. So the last 2 sets of standing alternating curls with the 40-pound dumbbells, as well as the standing barbell curls, didn't get on video here. So after that little hiccup, I moved on, picked up some 25s. I had a really good pump going. I wasn't using much rest time at all, and decided to do some standing alternating curls, as you see here. Trying to focus on almost like a hammer pinching my biceps at the top. Really felt good. My biceps are feeling good. Boy, this side angle will let you know you've got a lot to work on as far as lifting weights and your health in general. Okay, to finish up, I decided to do 3 sets of reverse pull-ups to hit my biceps one last time. I did 6 reps each. Decided to put the final set here on tape. I just want to thank you to anybody who decided to watch this video, and if you want to leave any comments or constructive criticism, please feel free to do so. Thanks for watching.